Yes, greetings from Mandello del Lario. I'm at the Moto Guzzi factory. They're building a new factory in the hills here, and they've still got about 3 years left before that is finished. Behind me is some graffiti from the 90th anniversary last year, but this year is 2012, and in front of me you can see the brand new Moto Guzzi V7 range. So to my right, so in the middle you've got the V7 Racer, and you got the V7 Special, and you got the V7 Stone. So let me talk about the V7 Special first. You see a V7 Special with some accessories here right now. So the saddlebags is an accessory you have to pay extra for. But the V7 Special is sort of the middle one of the V7 range. It's more expensive than the V7 Stone, but it's cheaper than the V7 Racer. You've got quite a comfortable straight up seating position on the V7 Special. So for a single up, it's very comfortable. Today I've also ridden the V7 Special with a pillion passenger, and she said that she didn't have enough room for her legs, and this is obviously, you know, for a 750cc twin, and it's fairly sort of small in size, a bit sporty in size, so it's probably not the best for pillion, but it's more than good enough. All three V7s have got upgraded suspension, so it's got a new setup on the front fork plus new rear shocks, and this makes for a more sort of plush. The damping is more plush. In the corners it feels quite good, fairly neutral, not sporty, not too comfortable, not perfect, but almost almost perfect. And it's today we've done a little bit of cruising, a little bit of touring, and some sporty riding, and it's sort of compromise between all those, really. Obviously the most sporty of these three is the V7 Racer, and if I were to choose one motorbike to put in my living room, this would be it. Also, because of that polished aluminium tank, you wouldn't need a mirror. You could just check your teeth and stuff on the fuel tank in the morning. And all fuel tanks on the V7 range are now 22 litre capacity. They've all got metal tanks rather than the plastic tanks, and this has allowed Moto Guzzi to use thinner material, hence increased capacity. Plus they're a little bit wider to the side as well, so they're more practical. And it was claimed in a press conference this morning that any of these V7s will do about 500 kilometers to one fuel tank on average riding, and that is pretty good. The V7 range has had upgrades to the engine, so all these three have got new upgraded engine parts. So you see, even the V7 Racer, which was only launched last year, was shown at the EICMA show in 2010. But even the V7 Racer has now got a new latest upgraded engine. So it's got 50 horsepower and it's got 60 Newton meter of torque. And that torque is now developed very, very early in the power band. So at 2,800 RPM, I believe, you have maximum torque. And this is, so you peak at the torque level earlier than you used to do on the V7s. And this makes this a very, very good road bike, because you only need a few RPM and you're off and happy. So it's got a sweet point around 3,000 RPM, and for cruising and touring, and even for a little bit of sporty riding, between 2,500 RPM and 3,000 RPM, it's absolutely perfect. So that's the sweet spot. If you want to push it further up towards maximum horsepower, you do get a little bit more vibration to the handlebars. But if you keep it below 3000 RPM, there's hardly any vibration at all. Let's just move over here to the V7 Stone. So I don't know if you're into stoner, rock and roll and that sort of stuff. This is definitely a sort of motorbike that would look good, you know, and I'm sort of dressed that way today as well. So if you like matte black and you like V-twins, then, you know, what else do you want? You know, the V7 Stone is the most basic of the V7s. It's cheaper than both the Special and the Racer. The Racer, by the way, is €1,700 more expensive than any of these V7s. And, you know, you can see why. But this is the most stripped down version, the V7 Stone. You know, you look cool, black denim jeans and a black leather jacket. That's all you need with this bike. It's got the same 50 horsepower 750 Moto Guzzi twin, and it's, you know, it's a lovely bike, very good value for money, and it's got the Moto Guzzi badge on the fuel tank, so it might be a great beginner's bike, but it's also, you know, a great bike for somebody that just wants to buy into the Moto Guzzi brand as well for the first time. Let's say you've been in a sports bike and you're a bit fed up, you know, your back aches and you just want something different, then the V7 Stone could well be it. The V7 Stone is the only one without the spoked wheels, but it's still got aluminium wheels. They're lightweight, and compared to previous V7 models, all these three have saved, I believe it's about 1.2 kilos on the front rim, and about 0.9 kilo or something on the rear wheel. And that has reduced inertia by about 30% on the front wheel. And I believe I remember correctly when I say it was about 22% on the rear wheel. So that gives you a better handling motorbike. So it turns into tight corners much quicker. And there's a difference as well, because you see the V7 Stone and the V7 Special have got the same handlebar, whilst the V7 Racer has got sort of race type clip-ons. So the V7 Racer is a slightly heavier in the steering. Not that it, you know, you can ride corners faster on it, but when it comes to the V7 Special and the V7 Stone, they turn in very quickly. You can change direction very quickly and easy. So that's a very good handling benefit. Okay, so here from Mandello, I'll just mention the brakes for a second, because all these three has got 4-pot Brembo caliper on a steel disc. It's just single disc at the front, but that's more than enough. It's these bikes weigh 179 kilos, which, by the way, is 5 kilos lighter than previous year's models. So this is enough, and use a little bit of rear brake as well, and you've got safe stopping power. They've all got cardan as well, rather than a chain, so very good for maintenance. So there's limited maintenance you need to do with these bikes. At the end of the day, if I were to choose one of these V7s, I would always go for the V7 Racer. But that's you know, the enthusiast's choice, because it's a sort of piece of art, really. The problem with that is that you might have to feel that you have to be very careful with the V7 Racer, because it will be a very collectible motorcycle. So for that reason, for the everyday sort of bike, I would go for the V7 Stone, because low maintenance, no polishing, it's matte black, it's cool, it's got the engine, it's got the brakes, it's got the cardan, it's got the comfort of the others. So that's the one if you're on a slight bit of a budget and you don't want to worry too much about maintenance and scratches and that sort of stuff. V7 Special, as you see, we've got the panniers on this one. That doesn't mean that, you know, you can put those panniers on the V7 Stone as well. But of course, it's got a little bit more, it's got a two-tone paint job, which is a bit more, you know, makes it a little bit more sophisticated than the Stone. So that's perhaps a slightly more grown-up sort of paint job, if there is such a thing. But I'm not sure if I'd pay the premium for the V7 Special when you can get the V7 Stone, which has got almost the same parts. But for me, V7 Racer, always. So ciao from Mandello, and see you next time. Cut.